Welcome to A Damn Good Question, the weekly broadcast that helps you understand the top news stories with a conservative twist.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to A Damn Good Question podcast. Sitting across from me, as always, friend, sidekick, co-host, producer, superhero in his own right, bodyguard, third richest man in the world, and the first man to see the face of the moon. Mark, how are you today?
Hi. You're good.
Yeah. What brings you in today?
My car.
It does. It does. And I, of course, your forever host, SGD. We want to welcome you to our Damn Good Question podcast, our thousands and thousands of listeners. We appreciate each and every one of you. I want to give a shout out to a buddy listening down in Australia. So, you know, like Down under. Gordo, Thanks for reaching out and telling me about listening to the show. I appreciate it. So spread it around. Send it to everyone you know. He wanted to let me know that Australia is having a lot of the Muslim problems that America and the UK are having.
They're having worse problems.
They are. And it's a governmental problem because when your government decides that they're going to play surrender, you're in a lot of trouble.
In fact, if you want to look at the road that we are going down to end up, you look at Europe and Australia because it's out of control.
Yeah, and you know one of the first things they do, like you know, the surrender in Canada. So we're going to take your guns, and then we're going to start putting all these illegals and all these foreign migrants into your country. And guess what? You have nothing to say about it, and you will never be able to change the government.
You know, our one Spotify friend, Tim Pool, always talks about civil war. And I was telling Aiden today, and he kind of laughed, and we were laughing a little bit, that if the Democratic Party gets back in control, what they're going to do. And I tell you what.
All you have to do is look at Virginia and see what they're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it may be time for civil war.
The amount of laws that is the quote-unquote moderate Abigail Spanberger, who was supposed to be the moderate Democrat. First thing, they gave all their lawmakers a 163 or 68% pay raise. Okay, then gun law. They threw so many gun laws trying to keep you from being able to legally have a gun in the state of Virginia.
That can't be.
She's not a moderate. First of all, she's not a moderate. But she's smart. She's an ex-CIA operative, so she knows how to game the system. She knows how to lie to you very well, and she knows how to make it sound like that she's telling the truth and that she's one of these great people. Well, Virginia, you know what? And it's really funny, right? She was running against the Republican. She was running against was the former lieutenant governor, who was a black migrant woman who had served in the U.S. military. Isn't that the Democrats' dream to have somebody like that in the government? But man, did they attack her left and right, right? So you're only useful to them if you spew out all the talking points that they want. You're not. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're nothing. You're nobody.
And that's why I think Trump's having such a backlash. I know he's having some backlash from me. I keep seeing these posts and I keep liking them. Where are the arrests? You know, Kash Patel, you're useless. Pam Bondi, you're useless. Where are the arrests? Where are people being arrested?
I'm going to take the other way.
Well, you can. You'd be wrong, but go ahead.
And let me tell you why I'm taking the other way. Because we have to stop attacking ourselves.
Yes.
We have to stop attacking ourselves if we expect anything to get better. If we expect anything to change, we need to support ourselves instead of attacking ourselves. There's enough people who attack them. There are enough people who are going to say this. I don't want anything. I don't want to be the attack dog, except for I agree that things need to move faster. And things need to be done more. And there are plenty of people who need to be prosecuted. But I also agree that take your time and do it right. Because I don't want these people getting off the hook. I don't want these people getting off on some stupid little technicality, and I don't want you charging them with some stupid little crime that isn't worth prosecuting. I want them charged.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. It's been a year, and they were already working on it. My understanding.
Were they? Who
yes.
was? The Democrats weren't working on it?
The Democrats are working on it all the time.
No. They weren't working on prosecuting their own people. They
No.
were working on prosecuting
Oh,
others.
yeah. Okay.
So, think about that. You have to roll reverse then. You have to undo all the crap that they were doing while they were in charge and start going the right
No,
way.
I don't think it takes a year of investigating. It's already been done. It's already been out there. They just need to arrest people, and I don't think they have the courage to arrest people. They sure have the courage to bomb Iran. Where's the courage to put Bill and Hillary Clinton in jail?
Listen, when I was growing up, there was a sting operation in a town
Mm-hmm.
not far from me, right? And it even made it onto Paul Harvey News and Comment. I'll tell you how old I am. And I was a teenager when this happened. The investigation, the county sheriff who was investigating went there undercover 36 times before he made an arrest at the Happy Spa. So sometimes, you got to get down and dirty, and you got to spend some time in there.
36 times?
36 times.
That's like Porky's. I had to write the filthy film
I had
three
to go,
times.
I had to go in there so many. You can't go in there the first time and go, well, they're all guilty. You got to keep going back to find out how many of them are going to be guilty of being at the Happy Spa.
I think it's incompetence on all their parts. I don't see a lot of intelligent people. I think Trump hired good people, maybe, but not skilled people.
No, I think here's another problem. First of all, the people that he hires, they have to delegate a lot of it to under people. Mm-hmm. And those under people have been there a long time, bureaucrats who have been there a long time, who are going to make sure that this stuff doesn't get done because they are just part of the problem because they've been there so long, and they're going to protect what they want to protect.
You just fire them, and you are allowed to fire them. That's
you are.
Just fire them.
You are.
Doge did.
Yeah,
that's what Musk did.
They need to do more.
We'll never know about all that either. That's
there's so much. There's so much waste and fraud, and now we have people like Nick Shirley going out there. There's a couple other young men who are out there right now trying to uncover the fraud in these states. What Nick Shirley's doing out in California right now with the welfare fraud that they're finding out in California. Come on.
And guess what? Candace Owens calling him a fraud.
Yeah,
Candace Owens needs to.
Dude, she's a POS. She is a POS.
Unbelievable. Well, anyway, you want to get.
You know what POS is? Piece of something nice.
You want to talk about space?
Space. The final frontier.
Sure.
Yeah. We do a lot of obviously we do a lot of commentary about the news and it's mostly political, but I wanted to really change a lot of that up today. I wanted to do something different today. There has been some news that probably has just gotten glazed over with everything going on in the world. We're going back to the moon, Mark.
Oh, we are.
We're going back to the moon.
Well, it's there. Why not?
You're exactly right. April 1st, we are sending 4 astronauts on a trip to the moon to circumvent the moon and come back. Now, they're not landing on the moon this time, but this is huge. Also, they have decided that instead of building an orbital space station around the moon, they have changed the plans. NASA's and Trump have decided to change the plans. We are just going ahead and build a station on the moon. We're not going to build an orbital one. We're moving it to the moon surface itself.
Can you build on cheese?
Yes, especially that big of a piece, right?
Okay. So it's good hard cheese.
Do you know how easy it's going to be to make underground tunnels and all these little forts that you can make in cheese?
Wonder what's underground in the middle of the moon.
Well, they say that the moon is really hollow. There were experiments done where we detonated bombs on the moon and stuff, and they said that the moon just reverberated for hours, like it's hollow, like it's a
really.
Yeah. So who knows? Who really knows?
It's interesting. We explore space so much, Yet we really don't know what's 5 miles below our surface. We don't know what's in the ocean.
Well, the
There
ocean,
is so much to explore.
you know,
also in
you know
this world.
there's always this false thing that we know more about space than we know about our own oceans, and that's a lie.
Yeah.
That's an absolute lie.
Yeah.
That's a propagandist lie. We know more about the ocean than we know about space because it's
But
it's
we
easier.
don't know anything.
But we don't
about
know what's
it.
at the bottom because we can't get there. One day, maybe, right? Maybe one day we can get to the bottom of the ocean, see what's actually down there. We continue to find new species in the ocean, right? We continue to find things that they tell us no longer exist. I mean, we see that all the time now. Every week, there's animals that they thought were extinct are popping up all over the place. Oh, this has been extinct. Has it? How would you know? Just because you haven't seen one doesn't mean they're all gone. It's not like we got people out there, burning down the entire forest just to see if it's alive still. So, at one point in time, they thought the snow leopard was extinct.
Yeah,
Not extinct,
even
it's
in
hard
the
to spot.
United States, we find things that we had no idea in the middle of our forest. We have some
We have huge forests.
huge forests. People don't understand how big this country
You
is.
you bring up a very good point. The number of people who go, and maybe we'll do it next week. The number of people who go missing in the national forests in the United States who are never found,
Yeah,
is insane. And there's stories of people walking with somebody and they're right next to them and they hear a sound, they turn and look one way and turn back, and the person they're with is gone and they never find
well, but
find them again,
that's
ever.
space aliens.
Well, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Come
Oh,
on.
Bigfoot too.
It's the squash. It's the squash.
Yeah.
It's the squash.
Okay.
Also in space,
No one can hear you scream.
no one can hear you scream.
Yeah.
So that test flight around the moon is
Okay.
to test life support systems and make sure that we're ready for these kind of trips because it's going to be like a 10-day trip. Awesome.
Mhm.
What a road trip. 10 days.
Yeah.
All right. 10 days.
You know, I'd like to vacation on the moon.
and you will.
You can get a moon
Well,
tan.
Now, what are we going to do when we find that secret Nazi base on the dark side of the moon
I don't know. I tell you what.
where they're still writing dinosaurs and stuff?
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
And they
anyways.
record the Pink Floyd album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, April 4th, which April 4th, April 5th, so right about the time of Easter, there is a comet heading towards the sun and may be visible during the day, should be visible easily at night as this comet starts tearing apart because of the sun. They say it may even hit the sun, and if it hits the sun, that'll be quite the sight to see. So a comet near Easter. Aren't there a lot of prophecies about comets and
there's
Easter and
prophecies all over the place and what's going
Yeah.
on now, and I don't know what's true or what's not, but I believe a lot of that stuff is foretold. You know,
now? This stuff is interesting. It's just we don't just want to do all the politics stuff all the time. I mean, we want you to know what's going on, but this stuff is different,
I did not
and
know that.
it's exciting.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's different and exciting, and we need to look up from time to time and remember that we are just one little planet floating around in God's humongous universe that we have barely the smallest understanding of, and we have been here such a short time. So,
Yeah, deep space exploration continues going on,
yes,
and they continue getting shocked about what they find.
Yeah.
And I don't know all about all that. Anyway, next topic.
next topic.
I know people are sitting on their edge of their seat saying, what are they going to talk about next?
Right,
We're going to talk about Tiger Woods.
the Tiger Woods. So Tiger, apparently, two things. One, he's got to find some kind of new SUV to drive because this is the second one that he has rolled over, right? And how do you roll these things over so
Who's his
easily?
insurance company, too?
Yeah, who's his insurance company? Why is he buying a vehicle that he can roll over so easily? I mean, what is this? The old Broncos that sit up really high that just roll over real easy? What's he doing?
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, and So when you go to bed last night, the assumption was for sure that it was drunk driving. And then I get up this morning and read that he blew zeros on the breathalyzer test. So what was it? Is it pain pills? He's had a lot of surgeries in the last few years, back problems that he's had surgeries on. Obviously, he's had his knees redone.
Was he driving fast or just?
I don't know. I wasn't in the car. I mean, this time,
Is he okay?
Yeah, he looked a little beat up in his mugshot. Yeah, he had a mugshot.
But he didn't hit anybody else. He just
and they did book him for a DUI.
Yeah.
So they booked him for a DUI, but he blew zeros. So it must not be alcohol, right? It must be drugs.
They probably took blood. They usually do in those kind of things, and they'll come back with the blood.
Yeah. Well, he first refused to take a breathalyzer at the scene, and then when they finally got him to take a breathalyzer, it was zeros. So,
that stuff doesn't.
In some of these states around here, if you refuse to take a breathalyzer, it's the same as failing a breathalyzer automatically. So, they just.
Well, I hate to say this.
No, you don't.
Who cares?
The people.
Do they? Does Tiger Woods make? I guess he does, doesn't he?
Does he make what?
The news as big as he used to.
Oh, well, he doesn't win anymore, right?
No.
But there's still people who out there who idolize him and say that he changed golf and yada 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 and
Did he?
Okay, I don't know. I never watched. I'm not a golf guy.
Yeah, he was good in his prime.
Okay.
He was good.
Sure,
he was really good, and he will always be known as being very good. But with back problems and other problems and women problems and everything, I don't know. Here again, totally invited to come on.
Tiger, come plead your case to the thousands.
We have a really nice
of
golf course here. We have a really nice golf.
I guess course. From what I hear, I don't drive around on them.
The one is really nice.
I might sneak around once in a while and fish in their ponds.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a way better use of a golf course than playing golf.
But anyway,
Tiger
is more than welcome to come play some golf. We got Mexican restaurants, Tiger. I hear you love those.
Yeah, we have chicken, pizza.
Yeah.
We have those three things, Tiger. If you're into Mexican, chicken, or pizza, we're the town for you.
And golf. Okay. Well, next thing, you want to talk about diesel fuel.
Diesel fuel. So diesel fuel, which is really just a byproduct of making gasoline, but has more energy than gasoline. Diesel actually has more energy output than normal gasoline. Yep. And once upon a time was way cheaper than gasoline. Why? Because instead of just burning it off, they were like, oh, well, we can sell it. We can run things. Okay, let's do that instead. Well, it's become extremely expensive, and it's become extremely a topic of global warming and all the other things. And President Trump says he's going to roll back a bunch of the regulations on diesel fuel, including the depth that's got to be put in it. Which, okay, so you have these diesel vehicles and you have diesel fuel, but you have to put this special little liquid in it to keep it from being a pollutant. Now, okay,
sure that
thank you.
Helps the efficiency of the diesel fuel, and
I'm sure it helps somebody who came up with this stupid idea become extremely, extremely rich to get people that they know to pass a law that says, hey, you have to put my little additive into every single tank of fuel. Can't get away from it. Has to be done. Otherwise, you're destroying the planet. Give me a break. Give me a break. Please, give me a break. So he's gonna roll this back to and help farmers. They've created a fund of giving a bunch of money from the tariffs to the farmers.
Yeah.
Something like $12 billion or something like that to help the farmers. You have to have farms in the United States, right? We we are the breadbasket for the entire world. We can make enough food in the United States to feed the entire world. And we got to keep farmers. And we have to keep American farmers. We can't keep selling our land to China and letting Chinese companies own land. We got to stop selling land to Bill Gates. He's probably just as dangerous as the Chinese people, right?
Yeah, well,
because he wants to just grow crickets and make you eat crickets and mealworms instead of eating beef that he wants to eat.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about rolling back regulations? Do you think it will destroy the planet?
No, but I don't know. The price of diesel fuel been going up just like gasoline.
Oh, well, diesel's way higher than gas.
I haven't paid attention.
Which is like I said, is the funny thing. When they realized that they could, the people who mostly use diesel fuel use it for business.
So
they started charging more.
Are prices just blowing up now at the grocery store again?
Not really.
Because transportation and everything is going to cost more.
It'll start trickling through eventually.
Yeah.
But hopefully by then, by about the time it starts to trickle up, this will all be done and it'll start trickling back down.
Yeah.
Well, I believe 100% that we're gonna take that little island over there that does 90% of their.
I don't know why we didn't take it the first day. Now,
I
don't know all the things strategically and everything, but to me, pretty much should be a no-brainer.
I would
we go in and we take
Yes.
their resources.
But I would not send a single.
And I know everybody says that's not right. We took Venezuela. We don't have rights to that. Yes, we do.
We had rights. We had a treaty with them for all that. So of course we had the rights. And they betrayed
Iran
that.
is the same way. We built a lot of that, and a lot of that technology is ours, including the nuclear technology. That's our technology. We developed it. So, yes, we can take it. And yes, we should take it. Whatever happened with Ukraine? Are we taking their minerals? We had that deal.
Well, we have to stop the fighting long enough to put our people in there to start taking it, because we're not going to put people in the way during the conflict while it's going on, so that Russia accidentally hits or purposely hits some of our people, and then we're dragged into it on a full scale, because that's what would happen. That's exactly what will happen, and that's the whole point of having that with Ukraine. Is as soon as there's a long enough ceasefire and we get American companies and American people in there, that if Russia starts firing and they hit any of those, that's the deterrent, right? Because if Russia starts firing and they hit any of those and they kill any of our people, then they know that we are coming in for sure. Then they know that we're going to step in because they've attacked U.S. citizens, and we're not. Yeah, we're not.
I just don't know why they keep fighting. That's silly on both sides.
Yeah,
it's just stupid.
Most time war is. I mean, most time.
Yeah,
not always, but
I don't. I never could figure out what Putin's end game was. What he wants.
Oh, he needs. Well, even though he already had Crimea, right? He needs a better path to Crimea. He needs a path to get all the way to Crimea, because without Crimea, he's cut off from the Black Sea.
Yeah, well,
he needs that port.
He should never have been cut off from Black Sea. That's just silly on people's parts.
Well,
and
part of that's his fault.
Yeah, a lot of it's his fault.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not all his fault. That's the problem. A lot of people think he's evil, terrible, and that it's
Maybe
all his fault. And it isn't all his fault.
Both things can be true at once.
Yes. Boy.
Both things can be true at once.
That's something we should... That's a Ben Shapiro. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, both things can be true at once. And, we will see. Okay. You had something else to say today?
I do. And I think you're going to kind of like this, right?
I probably will.
Instead of being political, we're just gonna talk to people, right? We're gonna talk a little bit.
Well, we're at war,
We are, but as we live our lives and we go through pain and heartaches, we all suffer from things that we do to ourselves. We all suffer from things that people have done to us. We lie, we cheat, we steal, and many other transgressions against others and ourselves. And sometimes people that hurt us, They have no idea that they've hurt us
Mm-hmm.
until we say something. And we hurt people sometimes and never know that we hurt them. A word can hurt somebody, and you never meant it to hurt them, but they took it to heart and they took it to offense, and it causes divide and division. Sometimes people have done things to us on purpose. There are some people who do mean things. Women have been raped, men have been assaulted, men have been raped. People are stolen from, people are abused, and yet most time when those kind of things happen, people know that they're doing it, and they know that they've done it. I don't know if sometimes they truly understand the scars that they leave behind. Because there are others out there who do everything they possibly can to hurt us and stop us. And sometimes those people have no idea why they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't. They don't know why they feel compelled to be the villain in our story. And a lot of times we're the villains in our own stories, in our own lives. We create most of the conflict, most of the pain, and most of the problems that we go through for ourselves. As humans and as people in this country, the vast population of this country, and as people of certain faiths around the world, we try to do better, and we want to treat people better, and we want to be treated as we want to treat other people. Some of the problem is sometimes we don't realize how bad we treat other people. Like I said, we'll say things that were meant to be funny or be a joke, and people will take it to heart and will hurt somebody. Somebody will say something offhand about a topic that they don't know is near and dear to us, and hurt us. But when it all comes down to it, we need to learn how to forgive. Now, forgiveness means choosing to let go of resentment towards someone who hurt you. It does not mean pretending the harm was okay, and it does not mean that you have to reconcile with the person. But one of the things that we don't talk about enough is that you need to learn to forgive yourself. Nobody, and I mean nobody, in this world is harder on us than we are. We are bad to ourselves. We punish ourselves. We hurt ourselves with our actions, the way that we think, the way that we behave. And coming to a point to where you can forgive yourselves for the things that you have done to not only others, but the things that you have done to yourself is a huge step. This whole world needs healing, and there will never be healing without forgiveness. But the forgiveness I think that's overlooked the most is forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
Psychologists note that forgiveness can bring peace of mind and help a person move on without being controlled by the injury, because most of the time that's what happens. Somebody's controlled by the injury. Somebody who's been assaulted and then never leaves their home again because of the assault. They're controlled by that. People who can never be touched again because they've been assaulted sexually. Those kind of things are unforgivable in many ways of what those people have done to you. But you have to forgive yourself. You're not at fault for it. You have to be able to look inside, forgive the person who's hurting the most, and you are the person who's hurting the most. Forgiveness lowers anger, anxiety, depression, and sometimes will lift up higher hope and self-esteem. In a world that is constantly bringing you down and constantly telling you that you're wrong and you're horrible, don't be the villain in your own story. Don't be the villain in somebody else's story, but sometimes you can't help it because something that you say or something that you do hurts them without you ever knowing. When you're trying to help them. even when you think that you know that they love you and you love them, sometimes those little words and actions hurt them deeply, and you never meant to. You were actually trying to show how much you support them and believe in them. People often forgive for their own well-being, even when the other person never apologizes, because it's going to help you to forgive. Yeah. You don't have to help them by forgiving them, and you don't have to help them by forgiving yourself. It's just going to forgive you. It's just going to help you. It's going to help you move on. It's going to help you feel lighter. It's going to help you feel better throughout the day. It's going to help you move forward. I guarantee every single person sitting in this room and every single person listening to the sound of my voice has been hurt by somebody in some way, shape, or form. I also could guarantee that you've probably hurt yourself. You have done something that you knew wasn't right or that you found out was wrong. Forgive yourself. You deserve a second chance. You deserve to be forgiven. Let it go. Let it go. Forgiveness is one of the greatest things that we can do, but we never talk about enough about forgiving ourselves. And we need to. One of the greatest showing of forgiveness ever is, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Forgive those who have trespassed on you. Forgive yourself for the things you've done to others and for the things that you hold on to that are holding you back.
Yeah.
Drug use in this country is rampant, and a lot of it is because of personal, internal problems. Nothing else. Boredom plays a part in it. Not having a sense of what to do in this world because a lot of it has been taken away, especially from young men. And the thoughts that young women can just take their clothes off and become famous and rich is absolutely absurd. Forgive yourself. Find a better path forward. Once you honestly sit down, spend a little time forgiving yourself, forgive your parents. So many people are holding things against their parents that their parents had no idea has done harm to them. Forgive them. Don't hold it. Let it go. Let it go. Most parents love their children more than their children will ever know. And you know that once you have kids of your own, that this is a kind of love that you'd never experience otherwise. But we do things that hurt them that we don't understand hurt them. Because a lot of times they don't say it to us. They don't show it to us. Forgiveness. Forgive your parents. Forgive yourself. Forgive your siblings. Right? The longest relationship you'll ever have in life is with your siblings. And most people go through this life and don't have a good relationship with them. And then when it's too late, they're like, well, I wish I would have called them. I wish I would have forgave them for what they did to me when I was 8 years old that I held on to for the rest of our lives.
And now you're holding unforgiveness again.
And yes, and now you're not gonna forgive yourself that you did let it go.
Yep. It's a big.
Look inside. Allow yourself to be forgiven. Allow yourself to forgive. Let it pass through. You will find that you sleep better, that your health will improve, that your mind will clear. You will find that the world is a much better place when you are not holding on to the things that will and do hold you back. I'm not perfect. And I know that comes as a shock. I know it comes as a shock, right? I get it. But I've done so many horrible things to myself, not even realizing it, until I spent a little time reflecting and realized that there has been no bigger villain in my story of my life than myself.
Yep.
I can point to some things that people have done to me and tried to do to me, And I find it so much easier to forgive them
Mhm.
than I do to look in and see the things that I have done to myself and forgive myself. And I need forgiveness from the people in my life. The people that I love them unconditionally, but I know that I've hurt many of them, and I hope that they find it in their hearts to forgive me. Family, friends, the love that I honestly have. If you know me on an actual personal level, you know that if you call me, I'm going to be there, because I am. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to help. Even those who don't know me on a personal level, I try to help all the time. But I hope there's a bunch of people out there who watch this who can forgive me for all the things that I've done to them, not knowing that I've done to them, and for the things that we both know I've done. But I need to forgive myself for all the horrible things that I've done to myself.
Yep.
And I think this is something that's been lost. I think this is something that young people out there, especially young men, need to hear. I know young women need to hear it as well, but nobody talks to young men anymore. And the people who do talk to young men, they're horrible people.
Yeah.
The Andrew Tates of this world, he's not a decent person. And no young man should ever find themselves wanting to be like him. If you think treating somebody the way that he talks about treating women is correct, you're wrong. You're wrong. And that's something that you'll have to live with yourself. But that's not how any human being should be treated. Any human being. Okay? Oh, yeah, he says he's rich, and he says he's rich because he doesn't know how much money he has. He's also a grifter and a scammer, right? There's a lot of people who want to talk to all the anger that young men have. And young men, I get it. I get why you're angry. But forgiveness is the only way forward. Because what's the other option? Being angry all the time, letting that hurt fester, letting that eat you up inside to where you're not the person that you used to be, to where you'll never reach the potential that you have because you didn't let it go. You're better than this. We're all better than this. Mark, how do we help people understand that forgiveness of themselves is probably the most important thing that they can do today to move their life forward and get to a better place and to heal? Because nobody can heal you better than you are going to be able to heal yourself by forgiving yourself. And that today is our damn good question. Thoughts, Mark?
Well, you're almost right.
Almost.
Got everything almost right. There is only one way that this is going to happen. And, well, first of all, his name was Jesus. Okay.
But today I even wanted to kind of keep most of that out.
Yeah, but that's
but his is the most famous quote of all time.
Yeah,
Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
That's the problem with the Christian church. And don't even get me started on those other things. There is only one church, there is only one God, and there is Jesus Christ. That's it. No Muslim, no Islam, no Jew, no nothing, okay? Jesus. This forgiveness is all about Jesus. He's the one that showed us about forgiveness. Before Jesus Christ, they didn't forgive anything. It was an eye for an eye. How many times is forgiveness? I don't know. Find out this. How many times is forgiveness mentioned in the Old Testament?
I think
Really, Jesus Christ came down here to give us one thing.
So you're not looking that up? You're not Googling that as we speak?
I don't know. I could be wrong, and I'm not a
producer.
theology and everything. But basically, just
I think it's 55 times that Jesus mentions forgiveness to Paul.
Yeah, but.
And I'm no theologian. So.
Anyway, the problem is it's all about Jesus, people. This world, you need to come to Jesus. And people who will get mad and who will say, well, the other religions are okay. No, that's BS. There is only one religion. There is only one true path to going to heaven and being a God. And if you don't agree with that, that's fine. You need to learn about it.
And just real quick on that point.
Yeah.
there is only one religion that actually has created this world that you live in.
Yeah.
There's only one religion that actually give man the freedom.
It's called forgiveness. Yeah.
To have the Western civilization. All other religions, if you look around the world, keep their people from having a civilization like this. It's part of their religion that keeps them from it. And they want to tear it down.
It's interesting. We as Christians in our church, and I'm a non-denominational church person. Don't get me started with Catholics,
Too late.
Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, Methodists, Baptists, anything, any of that crap. That is crap. But anyway, we can talk about that later. But even us, every church, they don't talk about forgiveness as important, as the most important part of Christianity is forgiveness. And the most important thing I believe that Jesus came down to show us was forgiveness. And yet we don't bring it up and talk about it as much. And people, if you're Christian, if you're anybody, and you're suffering and everything, deep down inside, it's probably mostly related to your unforgiveness.
It
is the biggest life-controlling problem
It is.
we have is unforgiveness.
It is.
And folks, if you don't believe me, you're wrong. And this is not oh, you're right, that's your opinion crap. No, it's not, folks. This is the way this world works.
There is no
no
healing without forgiveness.
We just showed you how this world and how you can make your world work. We have just given you the answer. This is it. There is no other answer. There is nothing else. This is the answer for the way your world, your life, and all of the world and all the relationships with people, all relationships and everything. This is the key. And it was brought to us by Jesus.
Forgiveness is the key.
Yeah.
There's you might get by from day to day, and I speak to this from my own experiences of holding on to things that would tear me up inside, and didn't bother the other person one bit. Because why would it? They didn't know what most of the time they had no idea what they had done had affected me. So, and they went about their lives, and I held on to it.
Yeah.
And that holding on to it will destroy you faster than you will ever know. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. You can forgive yourself. It's easy to forgive yourself. Well, forgiving yourself is probably the hardest thing. Forgiving others, because we are able to forgive others way easier than we forgive ourselves.
Yeah.
And if I'd have learned this about forgiving myself a long time ago, how much farther I'd be in life today if I would have forgiven myself for the things that I had done, that sometimes that I knew were wrong, and other times that I didn't realize were wrong till later, or that I'd hurt somebody. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Most time, there are some people that once in a while. And they're not people who are in my life currently. I'm just saying there's once in a while I see people who need to be hurt, but not mentally, emotionally, usually physically.
There is this thing called Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go into that later. But, now you don't have to go to church tomorrow. Just repeat the podcast. And I tell you what, I'm very disappointed with the Christian church. Don't even get me started on anything else. That from the pulpit and from all their learning, this is not brought up. This is not talked about. There's all kinds of things we can go on from this about the Christian church. But this is, there's a song, and it's not a Christian song and everything. I think it's one of the best songs ever written, meaning-wise. It's by Don Henley. You know what I'm talking about? Heart of the Matter.
Oh, I thought he was going to go with Boys of Summer.
Yeah, and Boys of Summer, too. But, and Life in the Fast Lane. Life in the Fast Lane. Boys of Summer. Heart of the Matter. He hit it. Heart of the Matter is a beautiful song. Listen to it. Don Henley. And, and it is the most important thing in life. I really, truly am, after all this time living, I find out it's all about forgiveness.
Ken, you were a wordly traveled man. Any words on forgiveness?
Yes. I'll step over
Sure.
here.
Oh
Come on
no,
over.
our ratings are going up.
That's right.
Let me see if we got. Oh, look at that!
Yeah,
Perfect in
right
the
there.
camera. This is.
I was.
Yeah, bring your chair over.
Oh gosh. Okay.
You got your chair.
I'm a very official now. I have a chair right with these giants.
And
of
trust
guys.
me, these things pick up every time. Pick up everything, every little sound. So
I was a youth leader for 28 years. Got to start by force. A guy come in and said, "You're young, and this church needs somebody to lead the youth. You're it. Do it."
That's the way to do things.
And then he says, "We're going to meet at your house every Sunday night. I'm going to lead it." And I'm like, okay. And so he did. He led it, and the kids started coming, and I started enjoying that. I was playing the guitar, and then he left, and he says, "Take it over, baby." And okay, let's see what happens. And so I was playing the guitar. And he had the kids would always sing with him. And so we started singing out and telling about the love of Jesus in all the churches. Meanwhile, I was hating my dad. He deserved to be hated. He was so evil.
Mm-hmm.
And but I was telling about the love of Jesus to everybody.
but
And
wasn't living it. But wasn't living it.
Was, except for that point. I mean, I hated his guts, and I didn't feel bad about it because he deserved it to be hated. Anyway, finally we got to sing at a youth congress in a church, and they had workshops. And this guy wrote a book called "What Would Jesus Do?" And they had all these workshops, and I wanted to go to the one workshop on sex, and that was full. So I went to the next one.
Of course it was.
Went down to the hall, and there was another workshop, and it was on the occult. Oh, that sounds good. It was full. Couldn't go. Next one, can't remember. Each room was smaller and smaller down this long hall, and they were all full except for the very last one. This is old fella, and he wrote a book called "What Would Jesus Do?" So anyway, I sat there and listened to his spiel like you were, about forgiveness. He went on and on about forgiving, and you got to do that. And he said that you got to ask Jesus, what would you do in your situation? I'm thinking, I got to forgive, and but telling you, Lord, I got my excuses. I got reason for my hate.
Excuses.
I'm
Yeah.
anyway. Then I thought to myself, do I remember any time when Jesus gave an excuse? He just told the facts, and So I thought about that, and then I thought, what would Jesus do? And I thought, well, I guess he'd forgive my dad. So I went home and I forgave him, and I told him we're starting over from zero here, and I'm forgiving you, and nothing you say is going to make me hate you anymore. And my life turned around. I mean,
Yeah.
I felt like
Yeah.
I got a new life. Let that go.
Did it heal the relationship?
Oh yeah. He never got to be perfect.
Who
It
is?
don't matter.
Who is?
Me. No, I'm not.
Actually, there is somebody that's perfect.
Was.
There was no. He still exists.
But we
Yeah,
were
no,
friends the
no,
rest of
sorry.
his. I was 30 years old then. I'm 7. Well, he died, I don't know, about 20 years ago. And we were friends the rest of his life then. And then we hung together and stuff like that, even though he wasn't perfect, and I was. No, I wasn't. But we were friends then.
You know what? I kind of have a little bit of a similar story. My dad was actually a very good man, but him and I had falling out. My dad was going through a very hard time, And when he was going through that very hard time, he took it out on me and my family for a while, and because we were the closest people to him, and it created a big rift. And most people don't know this story, and I don't tell it. And here I am telling it to the world now. And we really didn't speak for a few years, and then I decided that I didn't want that anymore. I did not want that. So, because I would let my kids know who he was, and he would see his grandkids, and he was great to them because he was a very good man. So I went and started calling him, and I would go and start seeing him, and I would not leave without telling him that I loved him. And I kept doing it, and then I started inviting him to things, and kept telling him that I loved him. I would never end any conversation without telling him that, even though we'd been so far apart. And it started bringing us back together. And then he finally took me up on, hey, let's go fishing. He finally took me up on that, and then we started fishing together a lot, and we started talking. And I told him when we were out fishing, when we were out in the boat, I said, I know I've done lots of things wrong, but I said I don't want to dwell on that. I don't want to live on that. I want you in my life, and I need you in my life, and I can only promise to be better going forward. I didn't point any fingers at him for the things that had happened. I took my part of the responsibility, because part of it was just as much my fault as it was his fault, and it healed our relationship. And yeah. Yep. That forgiveness, and then being able to forgive myself in it as well, because I had to forgive myself in it to be okay with where I was in forgiving him. Until the day he died, we were super close.
Right.
Super close.
And all the evil that preceded that, it was forgiven, but it's part of my history, in my family history. I can use those stories for somebody comes to me and tells me how bad they've got it. I'll tell you how mine worked out and how I got out of it. I can use those stories.
I will also tell you, seeing as this thing's forgiveness, and I brought this up, I do have to forgive myself when it comes to my dad, because I hold a lot of guilt for his passing. Because my dad asked me to build a place on my property for him to come live, and if I would have, my dad would have been living with me instead of, he would have been living close to me and on my property instead of buying that house down in Tennessee where the tree came down on him and took his life. But my wife is nice enough to remind me that, first of all, it's not my fault, and second of all, if it was his time, no matter where he lived, it was his time. Mm-hmm. But I have not forgiven myself for that yet, because I feel responsible, so I need to do that. So there you go. Here on Damn Good Question, I'm going to do that today.
A lot of people say all this crap. I'm using the word crap a lot today. All this crap about love. Love's the answer. Love.
You can't love yourself if you can't forgive yourself.
Love,
that's for sure.
The definition of love is forgiveness. Forgiveness is the most important love there is. And it is truly the hierarchy of love, forgiving. Forgiving yourself, forgiving other people, forgiving the world. And we got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
And but you can start with yourself.
I'm gonna in recent time, I'm gonna tell you how powerful when Erica Kirk stood in front of that stadium and told everyone there that she forgave the man who killed her husband.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that really really takes, and for her to be the focal point of so much hate from people right now is absolutely insane. But to be able to forgive someone who took someone from you in that way, that is truly powerful.
She said to herself, "What would Jesus do?"
Yep. She also said, "What would her husband do?"
Yeah,
Because she knows that he would have
Mhm.
as well. So good on her. Any other last thoughts on this, gentlemen?
Well, on that love thing, there's times when I did not feel like love for my wife. We're normal,
Yeah.
but we've
Yeah.
been married, 54 years, 55 years,
Longer than I've been alive.
55 years.
You know,
Anyway, you just look, because of love, you keep on going, even though you don't feel like it. You just,
well, it's either love or pure laziness.
Oh my gosh, to have to go through dating again. Ugh. To have to get out there, to have to do your own dishes. Ugh.
well, if we got a squabble, but by nighttime when you get in bed, it's like,
No,
and
see, I'm bad at that. If I'm mad, I won't say a word most of the time, and I'll hold on to it for days and just
get
and,
over
and
it,
let
George.
it and I just let it eat me up, because I just want to process it, and it takes a long time because honestly, for the most part, it didn't when I was young, but nowadays it takes a lot to get me angry, and if I get angry, it's usually because I actually care about somebody. And I care about them enough to feel that negative emotion, and I gotta let it go.
That cuts into your love life.
It cuts into every part of my life.
That's the main thing.
It cuts into every part of my life. Every part of my life.
okay.
You know what I always say cuts into my love life? Being married.
Yeah. Hey, do we have any good news?
We have some good news, but before we get to our good news, why don't we thank our sponsor today,
We should.
our good friends who will love this message at Towhead Plumbing.
Got plumbing problems? Look no further than Towhead Plumbing, your local plumbing experts. Need a new faucet installed or an old one repaired? We've got you covered. Is your toilet giving you trouble? We specialize in toilet installation, replacement, and repairs. Thinking about a new garbage disposal or replacing the old one? Call us. Need a new dishwasher? We handle dishwasher installations and replacements with ease. And don't forget those outdoor hose bibs. We repair them too. For fast, reliable service, call Towhead Plumbing today at 704-813-5653. Your home deserves the best, and so do you.
Okay. And we're back. And yes, there's a lot of mercy. Of mercy.
There's a lot to this. It's as you said, go to your Christian church tomorrow.
Hey, talk to the people that you feel have wronged you, and I don't say ask them for forgiveness, but talk to them. Most of the time, if they're somebody that you care about and somebody who honestly cares about you, they don't really know that they've hurt you that bad. That they don't, and I'm not saying go and tell them that they've done this, but just talk to them, and you will see by talking to them whether they really care about you. And if they really care about you, then you know that you can forgive them for what they've done without ever asking them or telling them these horrible things that they've done to you or that you took offense to. And that's just true. And you can repair your relationship and move forward. But we have good news today, Mark.
Do we?
Yeah. Big Ten, baby.
Yeah.
It's the Big Ten.
Elite Eight coming up.
Who could stop the Big Ten? We've got Michigan, Illinois, Purdue, and Iowa left. I'm really, really heartbroken about Michigan State losing last night. But
Purdue won.
yeah, Purdue's in. I think Purdue plays tomorrow. Maybe today.
No,
Yeah,
today.
today.
No,
Yeah,
they play
Purdue
today.
Purdue
They
plays
play
today.
I believe.
Purdue plays today. We have this. We still have this opportunity, to really show once again in collegiate sports that the Big Ten is the place to be. Michigan's leading that parade right now. But we're going to see. We've got opportunities to say, listen, the Big Ten football, yeah, that's right, and then NCAA men's basketball tournament, that's right.
Boy.
So we're going to make it happen.
That game today, Purdue and Arizona, that's going to be a good game.
I probably won't even get to see it.
Well, it doesn't start till here in Indiana. It doesn't start till 8:49. I'm in bed by 8:49.
I'm gonna go play some music tonight. Actually,
Yeah?
I agreed to go do some singing tonight, so I won't be. Well, when you're in a place like that, sometimes it's on the TV screen and you get a chance to see
I'm sure it will be on the TV screen tonight.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, go Purdue.
Any other good news? You got any good news, Mark?
Good news?
Yeah.
Can't think of anything.
How about you?
It's
Ken?
just all good. I can't think of one thing that is
in another week. I mean, we're going to own another country in another week.
Yeah,
maybe two.
Well, and
Cuba and Iran.
A lot of people look at the oil prices right now and they see how high they are and everything. But at one day, very soon and everything, oil's going to be really cheap.
Really cheap. And also the people complaining now, the short-term memory of how prices were way above this while in the last administration. Just remember that. The prices were down because Trump was in, and the prices are up right now because of this little conflict. And as soon as it's done, the prices will go way down. Yep. And I think, I think all these strategic moves actually just to put China back in its place, and America is going to be once again the only. Sorry, Tucker Carlson, we are not going to share power with China and Russia. And his freaking speech about how in this last week or so about how we have to share power with China and we have to share power with Russia.
Very good
No,
invitation.
we don't. And sharing power with them just means bad for many people in the world because they will not treat people as well as the United States treats people. They won't care about people because they don't. Yeah. And it's not about their people doing better. It's about one person in each one of those countries doing better. And that's Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin. And that is it. And that's why they do not deserve to have any power shared with them. Dumb. If you don't believe in the power of the United States and you don't believe in this people anymore, then go to your house in Qatar and stay there. You're not needed here if that's the way you're going to be and you're going to use your voice to cut down America and its people. Go away. Which is so sad. It's so sad to say.
Okay.
But Mark, how do they reach us?
Well, they can reach us at mark@damngoodquestions.org.
.org.
They can see us on the Facebook.
The book.
They can find us on
the X.
Of course, we're on Spotify. I don't know how is Rumble going? What
do you mean?
We're working on.
What do you mean? No.
We got we got YouTube up and running. Right,
we got YouTube up and running. We want to thank everybody who's been watching the videos on YouTube. Please like, share, follow, subscribe, send it to everybody. Especially
go out on the street tonight and just yell, "Damn good question!" But but we'll be working. We are working on Rumble. I don't know what other platforms. In fact, if you're interested in a platform, email me.
I'll tell you a platform we can go on and get kicked off real quick.
What's that?
Blue Sky.
Yeah, well, maybe we should go on Blue Sky.
The amount of hatred that would come toward us, it would be beautiful.
And you know what? That's because they don't know how to forgive.
Well, first of all, they don't know how to forgive. Second of all, they have no morals and no compass. So they change everything with the. Somebody says, well, this is a good idea, and this is how it should be done. Okay. And then somebody else says, wait, come back over here. Okay. They nonsensical people, sorry.
They're not happy people.
They're not happy people.
And that's the key to life and key to having peace is being
forgiveness
happy.
and happiness. You can't have happiness without forgiveness.
There you go. Okay, we're done, I think.
I think we're done for the day.
Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for the story, Ken. Very powerful.
Probably have to pay Jeep money now. Jeep's got to pay
they got to pay us. That's how this works. Advertisement's how it works. But we want to thank all of you for joining us, and we hope you get something out of this, and we hope that it makes your life better. Like, once again, thanks to my buddies in Fort Wayne who are listening, and I talked to recently this week, buddies down in Australia, our good friends in North Carolina, the people in Texas who listen, and the girls up in Canada, who the sisters who are listening and paying attention to us. So I want to thank all of you, and let's. My friends in Michigan, old friends in Michigan, who I really appreciate, and down there in West Virginia. I love you all, and I hope really to see everybody at some point once again. So, and Mick over there in the UK, we're going to work on fixing your country too, bud. We're here. We're here for you. All right, so let's do this. So until next week, we want to thank you all for coming and stay safe until next time. God bless.
Bye.